And we live, man. Welcome to another episode of the Cold Truth Podcast, where we tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and don't care how you feel about it. I'm your host, Whyteboichris. We're just gonna jump straight into it. Another top 10 list after week 15. That's kind of where I got it. I think I had got them. I don't know. But right now, if I'm just talking AFC teams or NFC teams, I think the lines are starting to look kind of back. I still need to see how they play going down in the last couple weeks of the season. But right now, they looking better than the Cowboys. They looking better than the Eagles. And when we just look at the four teams in the NFC that's making noise, Niners, Lions, as far as top teams, I know some other young teams that's scratching and clawing, trying to get into the playoffs and the wild card race and still in the hunt. But right now, Detroit is just looking a little better than what what the Cowboys lost this past uh, weekend, and then Buffalo is not somebody that I see is somebody that we looked at as a team with a run game, and they ran up and down the field on the Cowboys. So I'm just kind of in the sense if they do that, we know Miami loves to run the ball. Yeah, they throw it. But shit, Mostert and I can't even say old dude name. A chain is in the game, and they shit or either or of them. It really don't matter. I just don't see. I don't see how they not gonna replicate that after what we saw from the Bills. Who again, I don't think we look at the Bills as a team who really has a run game. But one thing that we've always talked about the Bills that we know they can throw it. They always had a suspect run game. And they ran for over 200 yards as a team. Oh boy had like 180 by himself. So that's just kind of where I'm at with that. Uh, Miami, I think, is kind of finding themselves again after that loss to the Titans. It's going to be a good game this weekend between them and the Cowboys, of course, and that easily could switch it up. Uh, Kansas City is kind of being helping around that 6, 7, 8 spot for me. Of course, 1 and 2 is pretty much self-explanatory. Cleveland's kind of been hanging around at 8. They're still winning games. Buffalo went up a spot, and then I knocked out the Jags. I ain't gonna lie. I knocked out the Jags and put the Texans up there. Uh, Texans just had a good division win against the Tennessee Titans, and let's just I'm gonna show y'all this shit. Cause this, like Jacksonville had a nice and they just been wetting the bed. They have been wetting the bed. Let me see. Here we go, right here. Look at this. There are now 3 teams in that division, all with an 8-6 record. The Jags, the Colts, and the Texans. The Colts got the Falcons, the Raiders, and the Texans to finish off the schedule. So that's what that's looking like. The Colts got the Falcons, the Raiders, all 3 winnable games. The Texans, of course, we know who, but they got the Browns, the Titans, and the Colts. Maybe a little bit tougher schedule. We'll see. The Jags, last 3 games are against the Bucks, who are still trying to fight for a playoff spot. The Panthers, that's probably a dub, and the Titans that's going to play them hard regardless. So you got 3 teams in one division that's all tied in the middle of December. So for Jacksonville got kicked off. I think they are sliding. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to the Bucks. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to the Bucks.
Mayfield.
And you fake. You ain't said nothing about that nigga all weekend.
No, I told y'all. I told y'all that Baker was gonna be that guy this year. I told y'all this. He had a perfect passer rating. Like 388, 4 touchdowns, no picks.
Man, you ain't saying nothing about that man all weekend.
Oh, I've been
I
just
know.
been just basking in glory all weekend. I kept it simple. I told y'all that boy's a beast. He's coming back. Comeback play of the year. He needs to be.
I don't know about all that.
He's putting up top 10 numbers this year. Think about it. He should be top 10 in passing yards, top 10 in touchdowns, top 10 in less picks. His QBR rating top 10. He has to be. Like he's having just as good of a year as Trevor Lawrence. And that's y'all's golden boy. Y'all call him the Prince, right?
I don't call
Pretty
that
much
nigga the
his
prince.
numbers is pretty much just as good as, Baker Mayfield. Telling you. Oh boy, this
Boy,
list.
boy, this list was hard, boy.
I don't know what to say about this list, but it's really switched up a lot from just 2 weeks ago. Crazy.
I mean, the lots happening too. Well, you ain't even see the one from last week. I had the Cowboys at 3 last week.
But talk
I
to
had
me.
the I had the Cowboys at 3 last week.
Oh, what really? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would remove. I agree with everything on this list except for two. I would move Buffalo to number at least number 9.
They at 9 right now.
Sorry, number 8 with Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
And I would take out Houston and put the Colts in there.
You like the Colts better than Houston right now?
Absolutely. The way they played against the Steelers with the backup quarterback and the backup running back was really impressive. The Colts
Yeah, I
are a
saw it.
team.
Yeah.
They are a team that they will hit you in the mouth. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I think Houston, due to their injuries, due to CJ not on the way there, they lost Tank down. I just feel like they're gonna hit that plateau, and I think they're pretty much almost there. I don't think they're gonna go anymore. I think the Colts will win the division.
I mean, the only game that I would say, I mean, all of their games are tough because they got the Browns next week, they got the Texans, and then I mean they got the Titans, and then they close out with the Colts. I mean, looking at the schedule, the Colts really do have the best chance because the Colts got the Falcons, the Raiders, and end with the Texans. If they at least take care of the Falcons and the Raiders, I think if they win 2 of their next 3 games, I think the Colts could probably win this division. I don't think Jacksonville's winning the AFC South anymore.
Yeah, because Trevor Lawrence is not 100%. They lost. Yeah, I know. Yeah, still a toss up.
Yeah. But right now, and this is just right now, I feel Detroit is still playing. I think Detroit's playing a little better than Dallas and Philly right now. So that's the only reason why I got them right there. I think this weekend is going to be telling of you know what Miami could really be as far as because I mean, we can put them in the same category with the Cowboys for real. Like as far as them beating good teams, they can really be right there in the same category. I mean, I ain't trying to get, I mean, a shutout is a shutout. You keep a nigga from scoring, you keep a nigga from scoring. I mean, but at the same time, I am understanding that it is the New York Jets. So it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, is this going to be another story where we're talking about Miami can't beat good teams whenever they play the Cowboys this weekend?
And we're
Uh,
not to
go
cut
ahead.
you off, we are not the Cow. We're not Miami. We've actually beat two teams over 500 this year. We
Well, I
beat
mean, they was
Philly.
in the same. They was in the same category. Like they was being
Correct.
talked about the same before y'all beat Seattle, and then of course y'all beat Philly. So
Understood.
that's kind of. I mean, that they both was talked about like that, but Miami still yet to do it. Hell, they lost to the goddamn Titans a couple weeks ago. So I'm like, come on, man, y'all. I mean, I understand Tyreek was out for a little bit. I get the context of him. I'm like, god damn. But the way they lost on them last couple of plays is just you deserve to lose that game. I'm sorry.
Sure, absolutely. And I agree with the list 100%. I'll put honorable mention, Cincinnati. They're still in there, just as an honorable mention. But I think this is the perfect order. It could be San Fran is really the lone wolf on top. Baltimore is really the lone wolf on top in the AFC, and then just everybody down from there. So
Yeah, I mean, shit. I'm ready for the Baltimore games. They got the next 2 weeks. I think these next two games is gonna be a real big measuring stick for
yeah,
Baltimore.
San Fran, right? Don't y'all play San Fran?
We got San Fran this weekend, and then we got Miami after that. Back to back. But I'm cool with it. I'm ready for it. I can't wait. But shit, man, I'm gonna go on to the next topic. Brandon Staley finally fired.
10 weeks too, 10 weeks too late, pretty much.
How about a year too late, nigga?
Too late.
Niggas waited too damn long to fire that nigga. But I said it last week. If they go get this nigga offensive coach, I don't want to hear no more excuses.
I mean, again, there are defensive coaches in the league that are successful. So it really
Oh, I
doesn't
get it.
matter.
But everybody be trying to say, oh, these players need an offensive minded coach and all this yada yada yada. They try to kill like when Josh Allen was in his funk, everybody like, I wonder if he had an offensive coach, would he be a little better? Then they say the same thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They say the same thing about Bill Belichick now that Brady is gone. They saying that about a lot of these niggas, bro. So I'm just like, if he gets a good offensive coach, I don't want to hear this. Even if he get even if he get a damn good defensive coach, it don't matter. The new coach, you know what? I'm changing. I don't give a damn. If he get a good coach and he still can't get it done, I don't want to hear nothing else.
But the problem is he does have an offensive minded coach. That's Kellen Moore, who had the number one offense in the past, well, 1, 2, 3 off in the past 3 years. So I highly think Brandon Staley is the one that controls the offense. That's Kellen Moore job.
He
So
controls it, but you can still tell that Brandon Staley got his finger in like the decision making part of it. Like some of these, like where they still going for it on like questionable downs and distances and shit like that. That's all him. Like that's been him, since he been there, and because he one of them coaches that like, oh well, the analytics said this. The nigga, analytics fuck around and get you fired.
true.
Like at some point, nigga, analytics is not looking at the flow of the game. They not looking at how shit going. They not looking how they playing this or how they playing that. They it's not. It's simply just based on calculations, based on where you are on the field, how far you have to go, and like time and all that stuff. But it don't take into what you actually see going on during the game. You see that on the sideline as a head coach. You see how they playing. You see how they playing you when you do this and that, and you got to make adjustments. Analytics can't make adjustments for you. Analytics just tell you what percentage chance do you have of making this if you go for it on 4th and 2 at the 25 with 3 minutes left, and what percentage would it give you to win the game if you go for it or if you just kick a field goal? That's all analytics do.
True.
At the end of it, I don't pay you to listen to a goddamn computer. I pay you to go out there and see what the shit going on and make adjustments as needed.
I
So
mean, that's true. That's true. But he will find a job as a defensive coordinator quick. Look at Brian Flores. He found a job as a defensive coordinator just the second year after he got fired. So his job is he's gonna find a job. I don't think he's gonna be a head coach again, but he will definitely find a job on somebody's defense for sure.
he'll find a job, but I don't think he'd be a coordinator right out the gate. I mean, we saw what he did with the Rams. Don't get me wrong, for that 1 year, however long he was there. But it's like, nigga, all this talent you had, And it's like, this is inexcusable. Where is he gonna go where you can just clearly say that a team needs a defense and they ain't got no pieces for him to work with? Like, he had all that talent over there and couldn't make that work.
True.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, it ain't like you didn't have talent. Hell, really, he paid more niggas on the defensive side of the ball than the offense because that's his side of the ball.
True. You only paid Justin Herbert. That's it.
You paid Herbert, and then you got Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, out the way. But I think that old dude on their line, I think he's still on his rookie contract. That offensive, I think it's
Rashawn Slater.
that line, huh?
Rashawn Slater. Correct.
Yeah, I think he's still on his rookie contract or something. Or they already got him knocked out. But other than that, they ain't really ain't shit. Nigga, you pay Joey Bosa, you done pay Khalil Mack, you pay Derwin James. Yeah, that cornerback that they had got the hell out of there, went back to who's that? JC Jackson?
J.C. Jackson.
That nigga that shit was so bad that nigga ran back to New England. So I'm just like, man, shit. I don't know. But I'm just glad that nigga gone. So now if that nigga play bad again next year, I don't want to hear no excuses. Start blaming him. Stop trying to blame coaches all the goddamn time on niggas.
True. I'll
That
blame
nigga been
him.
there long enough, man. Everybody want to put him up there with these elite quarterbacks, and he ain't got nothing elite on his resume. So that's just how I feel about it. I ain't gonna kill him too much. He hurt, get well soon. But yeah, I'm just sick of it.
Hey, he's one of what 12 quarterbacks, 12 starting quarterbacks this year that got hurt. Damn, was it 12 or about that much? It's crazy.
Shit,
Yeah,
probably. Let's yeah, shit. There's a lot on hurt, nigga. Let me see.
we got Kirk
That's
Cousins,
crazy. Yeah, he gone.
Joe
Let me
Burrow,
see. I'm going down the list right now. Aaron gone. Uh, Herbert gone. Joe Burrow gone. Deshaun gone. Kenny Pickett gone. Damn. So that's one,
Anthony Richardson gone.
two, three, four, five. So that's six. Anthony Richardson gone. And then so that's all the AFC, NFC. Daniel Jones gone. So that's seven. Let's see. Kirk Cousins, that's eight. Yeah, just eight.
Oh yeah, hey, that's a lot. Collar was gone
Then,
for a while too. People
but
forgot
shit,
that.
nigga, Cleveland, they on they goddamn fourth fucking quarterback this year.
I know, and they're making it work. And I'm not gonna lie. They
That
almost
dude
lost that
needs to
game
be
too.
coach of the year. Kevin
Stefanski.
Stefanski or old dude, what's the coach name in Indy? One of them two need to be coach of the year.
True.
But if
Honestly,
my opinion, it's got to go to Stefanski, bro. You go through four goddamn quarterbacks. That nigga like, hey, San Fran, this how you do this shit.
I think Sean McVay should go to be coach of the year because honestly, that team was not somebody that we're looking at to be a playoff contender this year. That team was garbage, man. Cooper Cup was hurt. Stafford was on a bum shoulder. They had no running back. Cam Akers was pretty much done until he got cut. And I mean, those guys compete for real. Like, I think McVay, in my opinion, should be coach here because that team was garbage and he made them actually very competitive this year. Pretty much to
Man, this
making the
nigga been
playoffs.
through four goddamn quarterbacks and lost his starting running back. Give me Kevin Stefanski.
Okay, I definitely do see that. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
couch. That nigga said, "Hold my beer." That nigga Stefanski is a damn good coach, though.
I know, and he lost Chubb too. People forgot that. He lost
Yeah,
Nick Chubb too as well.
yeah. I'm like, nigga, you lose Nick Chubb. Gotta go get. Then he had to go get Kareem Hunt off the couch.
On the couch, yeah.
This nigga went and got niggas that was on the sofa. That's why I don't shit. I don't know if you can argue that one. Shit.
Yeah.
But on to the next. Yeah, I know you was praising Baker, but now your heart finna hurt. Cowboys and the Bills played this weekend.
Okay, man. Let me say my piece. Okay.
I
Again, I knew the Cowboys was gonna win. I was not expecting them to win 4 games in a row. But asking them to win 5 games in a row, I mean, it was a stretch. They had to fly to Buffalo. The weather conditions were there. The Cowboys, they just didn't look like their normal self. And one thing about the Cowboys that you know, we do not like playing from behind. And Buffalo pretty much watched the game tape of Arizona versus Cowboys and pretty much imitated the exact same thing. So I think they really game planned that game perfectly. And we just got hitting them out. Just keeping it real. We were undisciplined on defense, a lot of penalties, a lot of special team. It was just a whole bunch of it was just an undisciplined play, and we got our ass whooped. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. We got our ass whooped. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen every week. It just happened this week.
I feel you on that.
I know Cook is nice. I didn't know Cook was that nice, or just our run defense was just that terrible. And this again makes us realize we need linebackers. We should have gotten Darius Leonard. You know, we should have tried to get him because this is the reason why we need. Now it hurts that Van Der Esch is not playing because our defense is built on passing, like pass rush, pass defense, because we're always so used to putting the offense in the position where they have to throw the ball. Whenever we're in a situation where they have to run the rock, our defense is not built for that. That's that December football, cold ground and pound thing, and Dan Quinn needs to adjust.
Thing about it is, bro, I don't think you can do nothing about it. I really
I
don't
mean,
think there's nothing you can do about it.
you can you can make
And then
adjustments.
I do have just one. Can we stop saying that Michael Parsons is this generation's Lawrence Taylor? I understand this nigga is good, but Michael Parsons is the only player that we talk about, a great pass rusher that we talk about. That when it comes to the run, all niggas say is the only way to take him out the game is to run away from him. I was like, man, look, I can almost goddamn me guarantee that they probably game plan that same shit for all these other pass rushers, but they still find some way to get involved in the play, no matter what play it is.
So again,
And then it's like, if once they got past him, man, they disrespected the fuck out of y'all. I don't know why old boy had pushed that dude into that end zone like that. Phillips had pushed that nigga in there like that and disrespected his ass.
yeah, I
I,
know.
I nigga, I mean, don't get me wrong. Clearly, there's a size advantage, but it's just like, nigga, how did we even get here?
Yep. And now
But it's
every
like,
team.
bro, like, 'cause people are going to run the ball. Like, the only
Yeah.
team that I feel like that y'all could just really take out like that, bro, would be Philly because they don't run the ball.
And think about it. Look at our next 3 games. We're playing
Miami is gonna run the
run the
air
ball.
out that bitch.
Detroit run the rock.
Runs the ball.
Yeah.
And Detroit is gonna be a playoff team. I mean, even right now, what are y'all, the fifth seed? Tampa Bay, they run the ball.
No, right now we're second seed actually.
Oh, y'all still? Oh yeah, because they lost again last night. So y'all got y'all spot back.
Yeah.
So right now, shit. If we just looking at the playoff picture, y'all number two. If y'all number 2 seed, well, I ain't worried about y'all going against no damn 7 seed.
Unless number 7 seed is like because Green Bay choked. They were supposed to be number 7. So I mean, it's just a weird football year, pretty much.
Let me see. So right now, y'all be number 2. Y'all have to play the Rams. Ooh. Yeah, they might have something to say to y'all niggas though. they say, hey, that shit ain't finna happen again.
You never know. Yeah, we'll take it. They're gonna run the rock on us for sure. That's it. But
Yeah, bro.
Baltimore, but like I said, the Cowboys is think about it. We're, we need to relax. We're 10-4, 10-3, 10-4. It's still a very impressive. We're 10-4 years. A very impressive deal. So we're just gonna, take it next week. I really think we're gonna beat Miami. Even though it was a road game, I really think we're gonna beat Miami. Is very suspect. We're gonna beat Miami. I really think we are for sure.
The only way I feel like that y'all would beat Miami just because I feel like y'all can, be just as physical with them when it comes to stopping their run game. Because I feel like I don't think they more of like a power run team. They more like a finesse and just a speed run team. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So that's the only way I can see because they ain't like I don't see Miami being that running between the guard and the tackle. I mean the guard and the center, guard and tackle type of team. So I feel like that's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
But yeah, overall, the Cowboys had a terrible week, and we're just gonna have to move forward from it. Keeping it real. We're so happy Philly lost. It kind of helps us out, you know. But Philly's game was way more competitive than ours. And again, the Cowboys could not play from behind. Like it's something that it's always been known. It's not something new. We already know that. So we just have to make sure that we're always going to put ourselves ahead. That's simple. That's just the remedy for, for the Cowboys.
Well, shit, I was gonna say go over who we think gonna win the AFC South, but we done kind of already went over that.
What did you say? The AFC South or the West?
Yeah, I said I was gonna go over that, but we kind of already discussed who was gonna win that hoe.
Yeah.
So shit, I guess we can get into this. What's a game that ain't nobody really talking? Let me see a game that ain't nobody really been talking about that I think was a pretty damn good game.
There were some really good games this weekend. The Chicago game versus Cleveland, when Chicago almost won the Hail Mary, that was a good game. The Cincinnati game versus Minnesota, that was an amazing game. Like there was some really this weekend had some really spectacular games. For
Yeah, I
real.
caught that Cincinnati game. That one was a good game.
Like T. Higgins was really man. He deserves that contract that he's asking for sure.
I guess we can go there. Shit. Well, I don't think they're gonna be able to pay that nigga, but we'll see. We can talk. Because I did like that game. Uh, but this has been a question. I just kind of want to get your opinion on it. Is Joe Burrow really as cold as everybody think he, or is he just, or is he another one of them quarterbacks that's just a product of what he got?
Like I told
Because
Andre,
old boy
Andre,
is killing with them same niggas.
yeah, but if you notice, Joe Mixon has been running the ball a lot more lately. So it's not really Jake Browning. It's really Joe Mixon that's been doing his thing lately, and he's been putting the team in position to get, touchdown passes. Joe Burrow was exceptional. There is no way in the world that you or Andre or anybody can tell me that he's a system quarterback. I disagree. Like Joe Burrow is really that good. It's just not the system. And if you put him on any team, any weapons, he will pretty much make do with what he got.
Mm, I mean, I don't feel like Joe Burrow could have played that game any better than the old boy did.
But oh boy, just got lucky though. People like he really got. It wasn't like he played the game better. He really got lucky in that game. He threw some very wild passes that got caught by T Higgins or whatever, and then pretty much the Vikings shut themselves in the foot. The Vikings lost that game more than Cincinnati won that game. And that's what people don't think to understand. It wasn't like he just came out there and just blasted all of them. No, the Vikings really shot themselves in the foot in that game.
I mean, because right now, he's 3-2 as a start. He's 3-1 as a starter. I'm sorry, he's 3-1 as a starter. Uh, has completed over completed over 70% of his passes in all three games in three of those four games. So they lost against Pittsburgh. That was a pretty low scoring game. Uh, he don't have awful numbers. He went 19 to 26, 227, a touchdown and a pick, 32 to 37 that overtime win in Jacksonville. That was a good ass win. Went 32 for 37, 354 and a touchdown. 18 to 24 when they beat Indy by 20. Threw for 275 and two touchdowns and had a pick. And then his last game, threw 324, two touchdowns, a pick.
Yeah, his
I
numbers are not
mean,
like out of the world
he putting. I
impressive.
mean, them ain't. I mean, them. If I ain't putting no name to it, nigga, them look like Joe Burrow numbers to me. If I ain't know that was that nigga throwing the
Joe
ball, that's why. I mean,
Joe Burrow don't throw for no 275. He throws in the threes. For sure. Like
275 ain't bad.
it's not bad. I'm just saying, it's
And they beat him by 20, so it ain't like he probably when he was throwing the ball like at the line, they probably just running that bitch.
facts.
But 75% completion rate? Come on now.
Again, it's this narrative that people are trying to portray that they're the same or it's a system. I definitely disagree. Joe Burrow
I mean,
is
you can, but it's just when you look at these numbers, nigga,
because
it's
Cooper
something
Rush
to be
was
said. It's a
Cooper
conversation.
Rush was doing the same thing and he was winning games. And did anybody say he was just a system quarterback? Like there've been backup quarterbacks that came in and performed at a high level. Remember that one year when Kirk Cousins got hurt and Case Keenum played? He was playing at a high level. Would you say that Case Keenum was the same product as Kirk Cousins? Again, it's just a narrative because is in the moment. I completely disagree. Burrows is in the league of his own with Lamar's and the top the second tier quarterbacks. Pretty much, he's not a system quarterback because they were showing Brock Purdy's numbers versus Jimmy Garoppolo's number the year they went to Super Bowl. So
Mhm.
13 weeks, they're definitely identical. And so you're gonna say so that one looks like a system quarterback, not what I've seen Joe Burrow do, pretty much.
Well, I feel I just want to get your opinion on that because it is definitely a conversation that a lot of people have been having.
I feel you.
Because I was like, because I didn't know until I went and looked at his numbers. I was like, hold on, this them dude look like if I ain't put no name to it and I said, hey, this Joe Burrow shit, you would believe it until I say, no, I lied. That's his backup. I lied. That's his backup. But we can move on to this Eagles and Seahawks game, and we just got one more. After that, I keep trying to tell people this Eagles team is not the same.
Okay, the Eagles team is not the same because they're worn out. When the word, if you say Eagles, what comes to mind is the word fatigue. You can tell these guys are tired. Dog, they are exhausted. The running backs exhausted. Jalen Hurts is exhausted. The defense is exhausted. They just tired. They need a freaking bye week. It looks like them boys. If you saw the last 5 games, the gauntlet of a schedule they went through, man. Yeah, bro. I don't wish that 5 game stretch on anything. So it makes sense the way they're performing right now. I think they just need a couple weeks, get everybody more healthy, and they'll bounce back. In my opinion.
Well, just me personally, I feel like it go a lot deeper than that. Because when we look at this team, I don't think we can really say, you know, they lost some defensive pieces. Yes, don't get me wrong. That definitely I think kind of changed, but for the most part, a lot of those guys are still there. But this what I do think. Uh, this shows a lot of people that coordinators matter, and
Correct.
the reason why I say that because uh, even with the even with they defense, I mean they offense, they got the same people, but they don't look nowhere near the same as they did last year because both the coordinators are gone. They took coaching jobs, so
Yeah, Jonathan
they
Gannon,
don't
Shane
went they
Steichen.
don't went and got head coaching jobs. So of course we know that Jonathan Gannon is with
The
the
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Shane Steichen is with the Colts. Um, it just don't look the same. It don't look the same. Shit, niggas gotta. This the shit right here was like coordination. Coordinators matter, man. I mean, we seen that what Kellen Moore did with the Cowboys, but we can clearly see, how much different they look now that he got a different coordinator in his ear. But say man, that nigga Shane Steichen had that defense playing outstanding last year, and Jonathan Gannon had that offense looking as good as we ever seen it. When we talking about them being able to run the ball and playing off of play action, they can't run the ball no more. They was top 10 last year. They in the bottom 10.
Correct.
If
Um,
I'm sorry, no, on defense. I'm sorry, on that's they ranking on defense. But
again, the secondary is depleted. I mean, that's a big deal. They got a whole bunch of rookies in there. And they lost their safety, C.J. Gardner Johnson. They also lost Avonte Maddox. I mean, they did get Kevin back. I think my guy hurt, so their secondary is really depleted. But it gives no excuse. Injuries are part of the game. Buffalo is winning games with pretty much 45% of the entire defense, out. So I get what you're saying. The coordinator doesn't matter because they have to be able to adjust to whatever situation they have. Makes sense.
Yeah, and like I said, bro, this niggas that really just be paying this shit do not look the same. They don't look good. They don't look good. Like, and you could, it's especially when you come to the offensive side of the ball. It's like, nigga, they got the same niggas. I don't think that DeAndre Swift is too far off from what Miles Sanders could do for him last year, but they can't run the ball.
I think Swift runs better and harder than
So,
Miles Sanders.
well, yeah, but I'm saying that there's nothing that Miles Sanders did that he can't do. So why is it looking so much different?
Facts.
Like these, like, and that's the thing that we also got to get out of. Niggas got to realize the teams are not the same they were the year before. You got all type of off season changes. You got different. You got players coming. You got players going. You got coaches going in and out. Niggas is not the same. Yeah, look at the Chiefs. They got niggas thought they wasn't gonna give a damn about losing that nigga Juju, and look at them. I bet they wish they had that nigga right now. We call that nigga a lot of things. We called that nigga clown and some more shit, but we knew he was gonna catch the ball. Whenever he got thrown his way, he wouldn't be dropping this shit like Tony is.
True.
So
Yeah.
shit. I mean, and that
Like,
and nigga, and that's Juju, nigga. We ain't talking about
uh,
no top receiver, nigga. That's we talking about a random nigga at this point.
they got this nigga. They got Mahomes acting out of character. They got him. They call him a crybaby now. They say he's showing too much emotions. He's
Man, look,
frustrated, dog. He's
if you are a
frustrated.
quarterback and you done did everything right, you done did everything right, you done went through the bullshit of you done avoided pass rushes and everything like that, and you throw a ball and hit a nigga in the hands and he drop it, hell yeah,
It's
nigga, you gonna be
yeah.
mad too. And niggas talking
True.
about, oh, he just worried about his stats and everything. No, nigga, he want niggas to do their job. And I'm like, man, y'all be trying to get these niggas passes. These niggas probably got on $100 gloves and nigga take them off because
True.
clearly you're not using them right. I've been saying this shit all goddamn year about that nigga, man. That nigga got this shit in my head. I done seen better hands on a broke clock, man. That nigga is bad.
That's bad.
Shit, nigga, you know you bad when you got niggas starting off short talking about this nigga should he be benched. But then they was like, who you gonna bench him for? I'm telling you, shit. Ain't got time. Ain't nobody got time for that, man.
Nobody got time for that. For real. So I guess you're saying the Seahawks stole a game last night. It wasn't like they stole a game 100%. Jalen
I
Hurts also choked because that last pass, you have a really good kicker. He didn't need to throw that ball that deep and try to be in the 20. All he had to do was just maybe run or get him a little shorter, kick the ball, and go to overtime. And y'all could have won. Again, I still think this is the maturity level that Hurts still needs to learn because he kind of lost them the game last night by forcing that pass. That was an interception at the end. He didn't need to throw that ball that deep. He could have gone a little bit closer and got in the field goal, in my opinion.
shit, they was. I don't even think. I think they was going for the win because if they was going for the tie, I don't think they would have did that.
Yeah,
They,
but at least
like you
go for
just
win in
said.
overtime.
Well, just like what you said about like how they probably feel tired from that gauntlet, they probably wouldn't try to go into no overtime.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
because I remember a couple of years ago, it was a game that Baltimore was playing. Like 2, 3 niggas got hurt in the same game, and it was in the same type of situation. Now I know it's not the same situation, but shit, we was down like 3 or something like that, and they was like, "Why you didn't go to the field goal?" He's like, "I just wanted to get the game over." It was like we had a good call. I think Mark Andrews had dropped it, or Lamar threw a bad pass, something like that. Threw it like a little bit behind him, but he was just like, "Nigga, players kept getting hurt. I was just trying to get us out of there, so stop the bleed." But with Nate case, they trying to stop the bleeding. They ain't trying to keep like you said, they gassed.
Sure, they gas. Them boys are tired. You can just tell they're tired. Like, well, again, it's 17 weeks, man. Everybody's going through the same 17 weeks as they are. You just got to deal with it. It's part of the game. That's it.
Oh yeah, they got feel you and shit. Niggas had tough games every goddamn week. So
At least by week 17, they can rest their guys for the playoffs because if they're already clinched, if
they
they've
clinched,
proven
but man, I if we go push this thing about them niggas being gassed, they need that number one seed more than anybody.
more than anybody for real.
But right now, the only thing they just got to win the rest of their games. That's all. Cause shit, they schedule the end of the year ain't shit. Them niggas got to play the Giants twice, man. Them niggas got to play the Giants twice and the Cardinals, man.
But don't worry, you know the Giants. The Giants gonna sneak one on them. It always does.
Huh?
The Giants is gonna sneak one on them. People think it's gonna be a blowout. The Giants gonna sneak one on them.
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I just don't think that. I just don't think the Giants gonna win that game. Like, don't this Tom and DeVito story and all this shit cute, but I just don't see it. I mean, I mean, shit, man. I mean, the only way I could see that happening is if they just completely just air that ball out on them boys on that badass secondary. But if they lose to them, they should be ashamed. They should be ashamed.
We just gotta win out. We're not. We already know that San Fran got this in the bag. San Fran is an unstoppable force right now. Good luck to whoever's gonna deal with them. Them boys are on every. McCaffrey is should be the MVP this year. Uh, honestly, them boys are gelling on every level right now. That's crazy.
I'm ready for them boys this week. I can't wait.
Man, they're finna put the paws on y'all. No,
I can't wait. Monday night, baby.
Yes, Christmas night too. That's gonna be
Hmm.
hey, that's gonna be a hell of a game to watch for sure.
I'm gonna end my Christmas on a good note.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh
Shit.
man.
But I guess we can go and get the last. Hopefully, this is a good game. But Thursday night preview, we got the Saints and the Rams.
Oh god.
Cause after that ass whooping last week, I hope this is a more competitive game. Cause
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
I
bad.
don't
It
want
was
to.
really bad. I'm gonna
And I'm
pick the Rams.
convinced, huh?
Right? Go ahead.
I'm convinced that Amazon Prime just get the bullshit games.
They had some good games. There was a game a couple of weeks ago that was.
They had some good ones. Like they was able to snatch that Ravens and Bengals game, but some of them other
Yeah,
games, I've just been like, what the hell is this?
yeah, yeah. Over that last week, the Chargers versus the Raiders was terrible. Mm, but I can honestly say the Rams is gonna win this week. I think they really do are a better team, and Stafford is gonna do his thing. The offense is clicking. Cup and Puka. It's gonna be and Kyron Williams. Man, that's a nice squad right there for sure.
I just don't know how. I just don't trust that nigga. I'll get tired of seeing Derek Carr on my screen. I don't know that. Like I used to like try to beat the table for that dude. I was like, okay, he going to New Orleans. Michael Thomas coming back. Maybe he'll stay healthy. But if not, we know he still got Chris Olave, and I know they still got Taysom Hill. They still got pieces, and that defense is still supposed to be pretty decent. So, but I'm like, nigga, what is going on?
Yeah, because the Saints were supposed to win the division, and they got Baker Mayfield out there winning the division. So, the
Man,
Saints,
when the Saints lost to the Falcons, man, I was kind of like, what are we doing?
the Falcons lost to the Panthers. It's just a terrible division. It reminded me of the NFC East a couple years ago when everyone was just trash. That's it.
Hmm. So if you had to pick somebody, who you taking this game?
I'm going the Rams, 100%. The Rams is gonna put the paws on the Saints.
That nigga, I don't know. That boy Derek Carr just made me mad.
He do. He really do. Jamal Williams that they brought in to do all that stuff and done crap all year. Kamara's actually playing pretty good,
Man,
but
oh, I was just about to say, nigga, you right. Jamal, he ain't done shit.
all year, nothing. He was supposed to be at goal line. That boy had like 15 touchdowns last year. I don't think he has a touchdown this year.
Cause I picked that nigga up in a late round, thinking that okay, Cabrera gonna be out for a couple weeks. Maybe he gonna
Do
tee
something.
up and do something. Man, that nigga ain't do shit.
No.
Nigga had me looking stupid for picking him up. And I mean stupid for picking that nigga up. Let's see, what is Jamal Williams' stats?
Probably like 45 carries
Oh
for
God.
150 yards.
71 carries, 214 yards,
That's terrible.
zero touchdowns.
That's horrible.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, god damn, dog. He just ain't never had like last. I know he mad as hell Detroit cut him. That was his best year.
Best year.
That
All he
was
did was get goal line touchdowns. That's it.
that over 1,000 yards and 17 touchdowns, dog. So
Yep.
average 4 yards a carry. Yeah, that's sad. I'd be mad as hell. That nigga ain't got no touchdowns this year, nigga. At lowest average of his career. Trash.
He mad as hell, bro. That nigga mad.
Boy, that nigga Nick Chubb had 170 yards in 2 games. Nigga, you at 214?
That's terrible.
Yep, his career is going into purgatory.
He better leave and go somewhere else and gonna use him. Shit.
Good luck with that shit happening. But shit, we can go ahead and wrap this up. There's another episode of the Cold True Podcast. I'm your host, Whyteboichris. That's E. Until next time, y'all.
So, you have a good night.
All right, my boy.